So, take 200. Hi, Sipo. How are you doing today?
I'm all right, thanks. I'm feeling good. I'm doing good. I'm healthy and fit. So, yeah, I'm feeling good. Mostly because I have an event coming up on Sunday.
Nice. Glad to hear you're doing well. What event is it that you've got coming up on Sunday?
It's a standard distance duathlon. So, a standard distance duathlon is comprised of a 10 kilometer run, 40-kilometer bike ride, and a final 5K run. So, yeah, this event will be taking place at Hever Castle. So, yeah, I'm really excited and pumped for this event. Yeah.
What have you been doing to prepare for this race?
Um, I've been working on my cycling because I've been reflecting on my performances last year, which did not involve any structured training at all. All I would do is just wake up, see an event online, sign up, and just turn up, And then when people start passing you, you start wondering, what's wrong with me? I seem to be pedaling backwards when everyone else is going forwards. Only to discover that there's something called structured training. Not that I did not know it existed, but you just take it for granted. You're like, I'm fit, I'm strong, I can cycle, I can run. So you just put the two together and yeah, eat. But no, it was a rude awakening, at the event, when you realize that you know nothing. Because you wonder when you're coming out for your run, for your bike ride, the person in first position is now coming back for the second run. You're like, but we started off together. What happened between the running phase? Did you just fly or then, yeah? So I've been using trainer rods, just to cut the long story short, to prepare for my cycling, and it has been really beneficial because I've never really used structured training. So I wanted to, immerse myself in the whole experience and to take it seriously, and not just to be disrespectful to the event, just come up and decide you want to do an event. So I decided to take it a bit more seriously and to follow a structured training plan, both for my running and my cycling. And nutritionally, well, I've been applying my knowledge of sport and exercise nutrition, because that's what I studied for my master's, and for my undergraduate I studied sports science. So I've been using those principles to actually fine tune my training to best suit me. So utilizing training periodization so that I peak at the right moment, and making sure that everything is working together and gelling together so that it benefits me in a holistical manner.
Sounds like you're well prepared. We're expecting medals. So, you seem to be well prepared in terms of your training. Have you got a strategy for actual race day?
Yeah, I do have a strategy, which is a strategy that I'm going to be trying out. It's not foolproof, so it's more of trial and error with these things. You can't really, nail it once and for all, because your body changes. A strategy that might work for you when you're less fit, and a strategy that works for you when you're now fitter, can turn out to be two different things. So the strategies that I have, nutritionally, I have to make sure that I'm fueled enough before the event, and make sure that I'm hydrated, because I won't want to start the event in a dehydrated state. So I'll make sure I'm hydrated. And how I'll test whether I'm hydrated or not, well, I'll use the classic P test. So for those of you that don't know what it is, a P test is you look at the color of your pee, and the paler it is, the more hydrated you are, and the darker it is, that's a cause of concern. So you should rectify that. So I'll make sure that I monitor the color of my pee before the event, and make sure I'm hydrated. And then in terms of nutrition on the ride or during the event, I'll make sure I have a gel maybe 30 minutes before the run, so that it absorbs and kicks in before the first run, which is the first 10K. Then as I'm heading out on the bike, I'll make sure maybe have another gel at 45 minutes into the bike ride, and I'll keep sipping and make sure that I have an electrolyte drink with me because I'm a heavy sweater. So I need to keep those electrolytes topped up, otherwise I'll be cramping and shouting obscenities at the course, and the marshals will actually call me to the side and, you know, ban me from the sport because of unsportsmanlike utterances, which we wouldn't want that. Anyway, I don't know whether they ban you for, you know, shouting obscenities, but I wouldn't want to experience the cramping and bonking, which is another thing which I don't want to experience, because I once bonked as I was doing an indoor workout, you know. I thought I knew, you know, I mentioned I did sport and exercise nutrition, but you take these things for granted. I was at home, so I thought, I'll do a bike ride, you know, do a race. Yeah. An hour and a half into the race, I start realizing that my mind wants to go on, but my body is shutting down. I'm like, what's happening to me? I start seeing things, you know. You start wondering what's happening to you. And yeah, so the experience was horrible. And so, yeah, my wife comes in. She's like, are you okay? Have you been drinking? Because she suspects that I don't drink enough water. So I say, yeah, I've been drinking. Look at the bottles. They're empty and I've been refilling. And then she's like, have you been eating? I'm like, no. I last ate in the morning. I ate 2 hash browns. And yeah, she started shoving chocolate into my mouth, shoving 1 chocolate bars, one after the other. And, you know, I could see the light at the end of the tunnel, you know. I thought my life was over. But the moment I tasted that chocolate, you know, life came back to me. But anyway, yeah, you don't want to experience bonking. It's not a fun experience, you know. Some of the things you read about them, you study about them. I studied about bonking when I was doing my sport and exercise nutrition course. But to actually experience it is a whole new ball game. So I feel like it was a rude awakening in a way, you know, putting theory into practice. So now I know what bonking is in the full sense of the word, you know, practically, figuratively, and otherwise. I know that's, yeah. So my strategy, I'm making sure my nutrition is nailed, because I wouldn't want to experience that in front of everyone or in front of myself or ever again. It's not fun. Bonking is not fun. I know that's a wrong lecture about bonking, but yeah. So my strategy is make sure I nail my nutrition and make sure I'm hydrated, and yeah.
Glad to hear that you've got a strategy. So is this going to be your A race?
No, this is my B race. My A race is in September. So the A race is the same event that I'm taking part in on Sunday. So I'm going to be using this event as a course recce kind of thing. So, and also to use it to practice my transition and under competition conditions, so that I'm aware of what works and what doesn't work, and to actually practice whether the pacing strategy that I have right now, the nutritional strategy that I have right now, will actually work for me. So yeah, so this B race is my A race in September. So I'm just, you know, taking advantage of the opportunity that's there to actually race the same course that I'll be racing in September, in preparation for the September race, which is an A race.
Sounds like a good plan.
I'm looking forward to giving you updates on how the race will go. So just stay tuned and see you next time.